Happy Sunday.
We are having a casual conversation.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we
Hello.
Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for joining us for
Oh,
Spiritually Speaking. It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It is.
Mrs. Rogers.
Gorgeous, balmy, 90-degree Florida day.
Oh, yes, it rained just enough to put that frizz in your hair. Grown or bought.
You know, when this past month, I was out west in Sedona, and you know, when you go out west for a day or two, you have perfect hair days.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
because there's no humidity, and so you can have perfect hair days. And then you come back home and you're like, oh, I
Yes.
got to put a little more stuff in it
Right.
or something.
Yep, Colorado's the same way. I love it there in the summer. Yes.
So thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Yes. What are we talking about?
Oh. Ooh.
Well,
Yes.
Wanda has the plan.
Do I have a plan? Well, you know what? Let's talk about hot fun in the summertime. Because we are talking about, you know, the weather and how it gets really, either really pretty or can't do nothing with nothing.
Little rainy.
Little rainy. Yes, and it's most of the time when I ask somebody, how's the weather? It doesn't matter where they are, their comment is, oh, it's great, but wait, it'll change.
Well, that's a saying since I moved to Florida. Is if the weather's not great, just wait 15 minutes.
Yeah,
it'll be great.
or go to the other side of town,
Yes.
and it's great there.
And you know, I found out living here in St. Petersburg and Tampa, right across the bay, that a lot of times in the forecast they'll call for some rain. We don't get it here because the sea breeze takes it on across the bay and then it hits.
Right.
So Tampa gets a lot more rain than St. Petersburg or St. Pete Beach does.
Right.
In certain spots, too, of Tampa.
They
Yeah.
get more rain.
Right, because it could rain one spot and then, you know, just drive a little bit down the street, about 4 blocks, and it's not raining there.
So how are you navigating these days of summer? And it almost is. You know, we're about to have the summer solstice is next
Yes.
Sunday.
Yes.
Next Sunday night at 6 o'clock, and you know Wanda Nero Butler is bringing a wonderful program.
And we're going to sing hot
Yes.
fun in the summertime.
Oh, see, that's why she had that on her mind. That is why she had that on her mind. It's going to be an amazing celebration, and we're moving. I've got spring green on today,
Woo-woo.
and we are moving from spring to summer. So my last opportunity to wear this dress before we head into summer.
Well, it's a good thing we're wearing green today, or you would miss that
Absolutely.
outfit altogether.
I would.
But that's awesome. The summertime, you know, the kids are out of school. That could be a plus or a minus. There, you plan summer vacation.
All the mothers are laughing.
right,
Everybody else are going, what?
right. The older ones babysit the younger ones, so that you can have a few moments to yourself. I don't know, just it brings a spirit of freedom. It gives you that with the sun shining and the birds tweeting, tweedly-dee, you know, you just get a feeling of you can breathe. You can just take a deep breath and just enjoy the sun. As Alexa told me this morning, enjoy the sunshine.
Oh, right, Alexa.
Yeah, she knows so much.
You know, looking back
So
to
smart.
it, I can tell as an adult now, looking back on my childhood, I see those moments. My mom was a genius. You know, because in the summertime, she would let us go out. Then we would play in the neighborhood, and then we would run back in and have a bologna sandwich for lunch, and then we would then we were allowed to go back out and
back
play.
out.
We had to be back before the street lights came
That's
on.
right.
That's it.
Yep.
And you know, kids aren't allowed that kind of freedom nowadays,
Oh,
and
God.
because it's not as the world's just a different
different.
place now.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes.
But she was genius.
My husband and I were talking about this just yesterday, about how exactly how you explained it. The sun comes up, the kids are outside. He lived in San Francisco at the same time I did, but we didn't know each other. But he and his buddies would go to the beach uphill. I think they said they rode their bikes uphill in the morning to the beach. And then coming home, they coasted down, home, but they had to be in before those street lights came on. That was, I learned the history behind that. It's very interesting. You should pull that up. Why that came about? Why did you have to be home before the street lights? Even though we know it's just Mama said be home, but there is a history behind why you had to be home before those street lights came on. It's very interesting.
Oh, now that's your homework assignment
Right.
for today from Teacher Wanda. She's going to teach you a moment.
A teachable moment, right?
A teachable moment. Yes,
Very interesting.
absolutely. And you know what too? I think summertime can be a time of relaxation, and it can be a busy time for people. And as we're all coming out of the year that we've had, where a lot of people were in isolation and then some in hibernation and physical distancing from other people, and as more and more people are feeling more comfortable coming out into the world, you might find that you're starting to get busy again. But
Right.
let's don't consider that we have to go back to exactly the way it was, because I know a lot of us were probably very busy in our schedule and our days before we had this time out that we had with COVID. But that allowed us to reflect and go in, and sometimes when we were in isolation, maybe things came up that you were keeping yourself busy to avoid. And so they came up, and you dealt with them in an emotional way and a spiritual way. And now take that newfound knowledge into your life now, and not try to stay so busy maybe as a way to hide from yourself or things, and let those things come up and experience them as they happen.
Yeah.
And also start enjoying the things that you found that you enjoyed doing when you weren't so busy.
Exactly. Don't just pass those aside and say, I can't do that anymore,
Right.
because now. Make sure that you are making that self-love time for yourself to
That's
do
right.
those things you enjoy, to find some calm and peace and relaxation.
Yes.
Because no matter what you have to do, it will still be there.
Yes.
It will
Trust
still
me.
be there.
And while you were talking, you talked right into what was in my mind about creating a staycation. That's a lot. I hear a lot of that on television and commercials or whatever. And it's a great idea because if you can't leave home, if you can't go out of town, you don't have the funds for airport, hotel, there is a spot in your space that you can create that will be your vacation spot. No children allowed, no insignificant others, no significant others. Just your spot. It could be a room in your house, it could be a spot in your backyard. Kick the kids out their tree house and take it, but just create your own space, mom and dad.
Go on Amazon, get a little tent.
Yes, and create your own private oasis. I really do recommend that, because sometimes we just don't have the coin to just take up and fly all the time.
Right.
Because who's going to watch those kids? But if you can get in that tent and zip them out. Come back when the street lights on.
Or order a hammock and throw it up in the backyard. Just sway in the hammock and
Yes.
learn to make a commitment to take that time for yourself, because it is so very important, not only for our physical health, our emotional health, our spiritual health. It's so important to take that time
Yes.
to get unbusy.
And
Yeah.
suck in some vitamin D.
Vitamin D, yes.
Get that sun.
So you can put your hammock outside your tent in the backyard, and
Come
you can
on
have
now.
your inside oasis,
Oasis.
and your outside oasis.
Absolutely.
And a pitcher of lemonade or alkaline water infused with fruit.
Yeah, absolutely.
No one else is allowed on the hammock either.
Right. And we don't read anymore. We don't like take a book. I don't read anymore. I won't say that for everybody, but I used to go on journeys to other lands when I was reading books. Brian, you can let us know when we're going too far. But sometimes you can. That can be a staycation as well, because your mind, the book has taken you to another location, to another adventure. So that's still good. You get your Kindle and your ebooks and things like that. So you don't necessarily have to have the hard copy, but that's where I was.
And
Right.
Before all this other stuff came out.
all right, so thank you so much for joining us. Remember, we are fully open here on the campus. We would love to see you in person.
Yes.
And if
Yes.
for whatever reason, maybe you're across the world in Australia, because we have a fan base in Australia, and we love and appreciate
Hey, y'all.
you. And maybe you're just busy with something, and you can catch us online on our website homepage, Facebook, YouTube. We're always here, so you can join us online. You can give online on the app or on the website and help support this ministry. And it is just so wonderful and amazing to be back and in physical presence with
Yes.
everyone. We so appreciate you. And make sure that you know that also at the same time we do this, we also have live meditation in the De Alessandro Chapel. So you can always come in for that meditation live and in person, and then you can catch this casual conversation between meditation and the service or after service. So we hope you enjoy us. We hope that you join us in saying, God knows your name.
Yeah. Come on back home and let's
You're
get
going to hear that
live.
later.
Right, let's get live.
Let's get live.
We love you, Reverend Temple.
Yes, we love you.
Love you.
Going to the coffee shop per week per family is at least $72 to $85 a week. Therapy is $100 to $250 per week or per appointment. Dinner out is $65 to $110, and that doesn't even include the alcohol. Theater for entertainment, 2 people, $80 to $132, and that does not include the cost of dinner before. First Unity, a place, a beacon, a lighthouse, the heart of this city and the heart of this nation and of this country and of this world, teaching people to awaken and live their empowered and amazing selves. First Unity, that gives you food, spiritual food, that can transform you from the place you are to the place you long to be. First Unity, the teachings and the tools that allow you to let go of addictions and habits and things that are in your way, so you may be free, so you may fly, so you may live boldly and brave and loving right from the core of your heart. What is the value that you place upon such a place?